Hello everyone, my name's CantDoGames and welcome back to the weird news. Today's weird news, we find out that the old nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall wasn't actually an egg. Loads more questions and then I thought that there would be an Humpty Dumpty for it being a simple nursery rhyme about an egg human thing falling off a wall, cracking its head open. Yeah. And also, a sex-mad tortoise saved its own species by banging its way out of it.
My time has come.
Yeah, that's what I call a fucking horny champ. But yeah, that's all to come on today's weird news. I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoy. And let's get into this. Sex-mad tortoise saved his species from extinction after, or as I like to call it, banging your way out of extinction. I think that's brilliant that one tortoise saved its own species by just being crazily horny. See, being horny all the time isn't bad. It reminds me of the fucking turtle from the tortoise from Kung Fu Panda, but instead of him it's just. Well, I don't know, I can just imagine, the tortoise literally did this. Your species is about to end. You must have sex with every female there is.
My time has come.
Well, yeah, congratulations, you horny old bugger. Well done. A sex-crazed tortoise who has fathered hundreds has been praised for saving its species from extinction. Was retired just a few years ago after searing more than 800 children. Yes, it was a tough job, but some tortoise had to do it. In this case, the tortoise was a brave soldier called Diego. Ah, Diego. He looks so proud of himself. Diego, the Galapagos tortoise, was retired from his duties at the Galapagos National Park breeding program on Santa Cruz Islands, with Etuan Environment Minister Paula Prafio Andrea describing his retirement as the end of an era. At the end, he said, "We are closing an important chapter." Yeah, to the horny tortoise. I still can't believe it. That banged his way out of extinction. I love that. It's just like, we're going extinct? Fuck that. Diego was breeding in captivity to save the species from extinction for decades, but was sent on June 15, 2020 to live out the rest of his days in a native home, the uninhabited islands of Espanyol, along with 14 other male tortoises. Ah, so he didn't get his own harem. He had to share it with some other males. Park rangers said that Diego's fathered at least 40% of the 2,000 tortoises that lived there, thanks to his high libido. Okay, so he had a very high sex drive. That's a lot of baby tortoises. Christmas must have been a nightmare for Diego's house. Now aged around 102 or 103, not really precise, he's still alive and weighs in around 175 pounds, 80 kilograms. Diego has been hailed for saving his species with good reason. Georgie Caron, the park director, told AFP news agents he's contributed a large percent to the lineage and that we are returning to Espanyol. There's feelings of happiness to have a possibility of returning the tortoise to his natural state. In order to protect a delicate ecosystem of the small islands, Diego and the other tortoises that have been released with their quarantined to avoid transferring any plants from other islands. They want to keep it safe so they don't end up getting hurt again. That's good. Look, some humans can actually work on the planet to make it a better place. He was taken to San Diego Zoo, well, basically named after him, in California before being moved to Santa Cruz Islands about 50 years ago. It was there that he was placed on a breeding program with 15 other tortoises. He looks so happy. He's like, "I did it! I banged those hoes!" When they were first taken, there were only 2 males and 12 females of Diego's species, Genolidis hoodinus, or the Hood Island giant tortoise, in their natural habitat. Describing Galapagos tortoises' natural graphical rights, it is possible, though perhaps unlikely, that among the remaining giant tortoises of the islands there exists an old-timer that was a hatching at the time of Charles Darwin's famous visit in 1835. Well, yeah, they can live up to right, really over 100 years nearly. Giant tortoises are the longest lived of all vertebrates, averaging around 100 years. The oldest on record lived to 152. Wow. The insidious species of animals that were first found on the Galapagos, including the iguanas and tortoises, are said to have played a key role in the development of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Yeah, so you want to keep them safe and all that, but I still think that's brilliant that one tortoise saves those species. Thing is, they don't really have to actually parent them, because if you know what tortoises do, they I think it's only sea turtles actually. They lay their eggs and then they leave them, don't they? I don't know if tortoises do the same, but yeah, 800 more are now around the world because of this horny fucker. Oh, I think it's brilliant. That's why it even still works, to be honest. In other bit of news, that is something to do with, well, not really anything to do with tortoises, but to do with children. So, I guess it's somewhere relatable. No, it's not. People are shocked to discover Humpty Dumpty isn't an egg. Well, no, he's a fucking story. It's a kid's story, it's a fairy tale, it's a Brothers Grimm tale. I have the Brothers Grimm book up there, as all the original stories of every single fairy tale that Brother Grimm made in its original story, not the fairy tale, not the Disney version. So it's the originals, and they're very dark. But if it isn't an egg, what is it then? Was he just a midget? I don't know. It always creeped me out though, the Humpty Dumpty statues. Yeah. You are surely familiar with the child nursery rhyme Humpty Dumpty. It's a sort of song pretty much everyone hears when they're a kid. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Just to remind you how it goes. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Yeah, because they're the ones who cracked him open. Yep, that's the one. You're probably picturing a giant Eggman creature falling off the wall and cracking, because obviously Humpty Dumpty is an egg, right? Nope. That is a terrifying Humpty Dumpty. That look. Jesus. Oh. That's a nightmare image to me. There's never actually a mention of a nursery rhyme of Humpty Dumpty being an egg, but we can explain where the image originally comes from. People were pretty shocked to discover that nursery rhymes isn't about an egg at all. Someone said finding out Humpty Dumpty was an egg fucked me up, and another said it blew my mind. Other pointed out the inherent ridiculousness of horses being tasked with helping put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Oh yeah, or because you got the king's men and king's horses. So even the horses helped out. How the fuck are they help out? Fucking, you know, hooves. They ain't got any opposable thumbs. What they do? As a notoriously quite bad at providing medical treatment or building things. Duh, as a horse. There are a few theories as to who or what Humpty Dumpty was supposed to be, since the nursery rhyme never actually provided any clues beyond him being something that fell off a wall. Could be a child. Well, that came about because an illusionist for Lewis Carroll's book Through the Looking Glass decided to draw Humpty Dumpty as an egg, and the depiction stuck. Yeah, it was because of a writer. Rather than traumatizing kids with a depiction of someone or something horribly mangled by a nasty fall, it's much better to imagine Humpty Dumpty as a kind of anthropologist's egg creature. It's still creepy. Kids are used to eggs being cracked. Yeah, but if the egg is talking, it's not really an egg anymore, is it? And also, they don't really show how his actions are when he fell off the wall. He could be in agony and pain. He's bleeding out, basically, wasn't he? All of his insides are coming out. He's going to be dying. Some reckon that the original Humpty Dumpty was a King Richard III, with the last of the Plantagenets rulers of England apparently having a horse named Wool, which is a bit of a silly name for a horse. So they're thinking it's King Richard, and the horse is called Wool. So King Richard is Humpty Dumpty, and he fell off his horse. Okay, alright. Anyway, Richard III was hacked to death during the Battle of Bosworth Field and might have fallen off his horse in fighting, and as if his days wasn't going badly enough, he was buried beneath a car park in Leicester. Oh, oops. There's one possible explanation that he had a great fall from Wool, the horse, and was so roughly mangled to death that all his horses and men couldn't put him back together again. Another suggests that Humpty Dumpty was a cannon used by the Cavaliers in England's Civil War, which sat on a wall of the city of Colchester. That's just made it more close to home to me. With the round heads blasting the walls to pierce the cannon, the cannon fell and was so badly damaged that it became useless as a weapon. So there you have it. Humpty Dumpty is either a cannon or the king, but we do know he's definitely not an egg. Yep, and that ruins everyone's childhood in one. I think what's more disturbing is, if it was real, why would there be a talking egg? But hey, that was a bit of weird news for you today, guys. I really hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Click the bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.